It's ended. Chelsea won. Newcastle nil. It's it's weird for me. I know I'm smiling and everything, but it's pretty weird. Somebody asked me how I can be supporting two teams in the same league, and I couldn't really answer it. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. All right, so let's not let this be for too long. This is gonna be a straight reaction. There won't really be too much editing going on. It's gonna be immediate, reaction, and just do that. But this game was pretty boring for most. Obviously, there's a lot of controversial moments. Obviously, people will say, and neutral people will say that Chalobah gave away a penalty, but it wasn't awarded. Some people say Kai Havertz should have gotten a red card, but obviously we know that you cannot, jump without your hands moving with you. It's basically gravity. It's basically physics. If you don't move your hand, then you won't be able to jump. That's the basic science part of it. So obviously it's pretty weird, but Chelsea came out on top. Both teams needed 3 points. Obviously, the better team in the latter stage of the game was able to get it. So, if you play the Chelsea, I don't know, man. I'm really, feeling weird. I really don't know how to feel. Like, I'm happy that Chelsea won, but I'm also sad that Newcastle didn't get a point. It's so confusing, it's so frustrating, it's so weird. I just don't know. It's pretty weird. I don't know, but I don't know. I may just have to go through this, because even if Newcastle had won, I would have still felt the same way. I would have been happy Newcastle got a point, and I'd also feel weird that Chelsea lost. But if it was a draw, I would say, both teams got a draw, got points. I don't know. It's weird, but the game was pretty average almost. Obviously, in the game there were stats saying that we had 5 attempts and none of us on target. Obviously, we scored a goal, and before that Havertz had an opportunity with a header, and it went straight at Dubravka, and Dubravka stopped it. Obviously, he scored not long after that, and then he also nearly scored again. Obviously, Dubravka saved it. It went onto the post, it was cleared, and it was nearly 2-0. So it was not a bad game. We were possessive as we normally are, but it is. But for Newcastle fans, I am partially a Newcastle fan as well, so obviously I can say this. They can be happy to know that, obviously not because they lost, obviously they can be happy, but though they did well, they were able to keep Chelsea out for most of the game, so they can raise their heads and be proud. Obviously, it was one moment of error by Burn, and it was a goal, and it was beautifully taken down by Havertz as well. So good for Havertz, and that's 4 goals in 3 games in the Premier League. So that is wonderful from Kai Havertz. I'm happy for him, absolutely happy for him. But as a Newcastle fan, I'm really disappointed that they didn't get a point. I don't know, man. It's weird. Anywhere I say this is going to sound hypocritical. It's going to be like I wanted them to draw. I wanted to see Chelsea. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. You know what? I'm going to get this out of the way. I basically told you my thoughts on the game, basically. So let me just explain to you how this situation between me being a Newcastle fan and a Chelsea fan came about. Now, if you see on Twitter, you'll see that in the bio it says that Chelsea fan 2011, correction, football fan 2010, Chelsea fan 2011, Newcastle 2014. Now let me explain to you why I became a Newcastle fan. It's pretty weird. It's gonna raise a lot of eyebrows for why the reason is, but just bear with me. Now, in 2013. Newcastle were in and about. They were doing good. They were doing bad. They were doing good. They were doing bad. But 2014 they really caught my eye, and I was also a Chelsea fan at that point. So at that time, it was the season before Chelsea would have won the league again, and Newcastle really caught my eye, and I was like, yeah, I like this team as well. I like this team. I want to see them do good, so I decided to be a fan of that team as well. But I'm equally, when it comes on to Newcastle games, I'll be happy for them. Obviously, I will go for the realistic situation based on the form, based on the players who are available. I'll say that this game will end a draw. This game will end a win. I did predict that would be 1-0 at halftime. I was speaking to somebody, and we were speaking about how the game could probably end 1-0 or a draw, and for most of the game I thought it was going to be a draw, but I said it could be 1-0. I think that one goal would have decided the game, and I was right. So it's pretty good. Obviously it's pretty unfortunate, but Eddie Howe is doing wonders at Newcastle. I think Newcastle will stay up. I think they're going to. Chelsea did well. They're in the top three. They're still aiming to stay in that position, and it's important that they got that 3 points, because teams below them are creeping up to them slowly. Obviously, they do have a bit of a comfortable lead ahead of them. Man United, Arsenal is going to be playing. Maybe when you see this, Arsenal probably would have kicked the game between Arsenal, unless they have probably kicked off already. But it's a wonderful thing. It's good for Chelsea, but obviously Newcastle will be disappointed to not at least get a point, because they equally matched, in a sense, Chelsea for most of the game. So it's pretty unfortunate, but they did well. And I further explained to you why I became a Newcastle fan as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Help me to get to 200 subscribers. And thank you everyone who's been watching my channel, who's been sharing it. I really appreciate it. Please have a good one, and I'll see you next time.